I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. We're joined by OddmanJon. Hi.
Hello. It's good to see you. It's good to talk. It's good to be here.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi. Well, my name is OddmanJon. I am a variety PNG tuber. I started off mainly playing horror games and Souls-likes, but I've been slowly kind of branching out into other games, and I've been trying to mainly focus on, collabs and first-time experiences with games. Currently, right now, I am playing the Nier Automata. I'm playing the Nier series, and Nier Automata is the first one I jumped into. So,
okay.
It's been...
Has it been a quick learning curve on that one, or is it easy to get started in?
I would say it's fairly easy to get started in. It's just more on the rounds. It was just more on the rounds. Like, it's not really the gameplay that I was really worried about. It was just more on the rounds. I had a preconception about the game because people weren't normal about the main character, 2B.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
But I kind of let a lot of my preconceived biases prevent me from playing the game. And it's now me coming back into it and actually playing it and realizing, holy crap, I passed up on one heck of a game.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like, it's been really wild and very interesting to play some of these older games that I missed way back when.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of just like, I was completely wrong. And I've been so very happy to be wrong.
Yeah.
Just like, this is actually a fantastic game.
Yeah. Well, you get a chance to sometimes going for someone's opinion on a game before getting into it is good. Sometimes it's so heavy on one side for a reason that you don't care about that it doesn't really help you.
Yeah, exactly. And I think just sometimes you just kind of have to, make your own decisions. And I kind of been realizing that I've let others make my decisions for me and make my opinions. And I kind of just that realization is you are not immune to propaganda.
That's right.
Kind of like that Garfield meme
Yes.
pops in my mind.
Yes. Well, I went to see Transformers 2 in the movie theater with my stepdaughter, and if you, let's face it, if you look up the critics ratings for Transformers 2, you're not exactly going to get that it's a Shakespearean play or anything like that. They're way up there. They're thinking about we just wanted to see things blow up, and we did.
Yeah, you got what you paid for it and you're happy. It's perfect.
Yeah, that's all we wanted, and that's what we got. And sometimes you just got to figure it out yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kind of like talking about movies. One of the movies that was panned as being awful and terrible is one of my favorite movies, Big Trouble in Little China. Back when it first came out, it was panned. This was an awful movie. Everyone said that. And then there's a huge cult following.
Oh, yeah.
Of it. And it's just I watched it. And I'm just this is the greatest movie I've ever seen. It's just Kurt Russell being an absolute boob as the main character.
Yeah.
The side character is just doing all the work. It's great.
Yeah. That's one of the, when you go to one of these things, when you're playing a game or whether you're going to a movie to just watch it, you're not there for the realism and what some people are, but I'm not. I'm there to get away from it. That's why I mostly like comedies to go to, or stuff with a humor in it. Because if I want to see, awful things, I can just go to work.
Exactly.
And get paid to be there.
I'd read the news.
Yeah, I'd pay attention to what's happening. Instead, I want to get away from it.
Exactly.
And that movie is just fun. That's just lose your mind fun in a movie like that, or like Escape from New York. I think that's the same way. It got really panned, but it's goofy and it's fun. So
it's fun, exactly.
Yeah, it starts off with a bizarre premise and it just continues to go.
And then there's Escape from LA, where he surfboards into LA itself, which is I'm morbidly curious about watching that movie. I've heard bad things, but at the same time, I have to make my own decisions on it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And sometimes those are the movies that if you're with your friends and they're like, "Oh, I'm not going to watch that," you're like, "Oh, I'll watch it later by myself." I want to see, I want to see how they really set up a colony on the other side of the moon. I want to see that.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, no, that was oh, I forget the name of the movie now, but it was kind of a cult following at the time. The Nazis had survived World War II and set up a base on the other side of the moon. It was it was Iron Sky or something like that. It was so ridiculous, but it was fun. And and
that sounds like some Wolfenstein stuff.
oh, it's it never takes itself too seriously, which is the best part of it. And
yeah, if you take yourself too seriously, it's just like that's the moment where it ends.
yeah, and I think it's probably that way for a lot of streamers too. Once they kind of assume take over it, and it's a big job for them, and they're just making enough money to supersize it at their restaurant. I can't imagine there's a lot of fun in that. Sounds like you're having fun.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of my streams I've been just focusing on like games. Like I want the first impressions, that kind of interesting thing. Like I can play games that I've already played previously, which is kind of funny because one of the games that got me into streaming was something I previously played. But playing the first time experience, actually experiencing what it is, seeing all the quirky, like kind of surprises that it comes up along the way is one of the major things I enjoy, and mainly sharing that.
Yeah. And it kind of, and who knows if you play a game for the first time, maybe somebody else will see it from a different angle and like, oh yeah, maybe I should play that game. And after,
bringing back to the current playthrough, like Nier Automata, I've had so many people who would just be like, "I'm so happy that you're giving this game a try for the first time in ages. I really wish I could go back to that first time playthrough." And I've had so many people just pop in and say hi because of that, and it's just like it's very eye opening because a lot of people, like, how do I put it? A lot of people, when they play a game and they love it and they keep playing it over and over and over, it becomes almost mechanical. It's just like, oh yes, I go here. Okay, I can find the secret. Get the shotgun early, and then I can destroy the early game. And it's just like it becomes, they can't disassociate and just enjoy it for the first time again because they know, oh, this secret will give me the bazooka early, or oh, there's this little like Easter egg right here, I have to see it for the first time again. It's just like having somebody just enjoy the game for the first time in ages, like ever. They get to vicariously enjoy that again, and I really do enjoy that when people pop in and say like, hey, like, huge fan of this game, I'm so happy you're giving it a go.
Yeah, absolutely. I had that kind of myself because there was a long time where I didn't, and folks who've listened know that I'm old, so I haven't played a lot of the games that came out during a certain time period, but I started watching a couple people play Fallout 3 in New Vegas, and
oh god, yes,
and I had played 1 and 2. I mean, I got that a long time ago and played 1 and 2, and it was, of course, after that, it's a much different way of playing it. And I was like, well, I really did like 1 and 2, and I like a post-apocalyptic stuff. I'll give it a try. So Steam had this ridiculous sale on them, and I don't know, it was like 4 in New Vegas for like $10 total or something ridiculous. And so
that's a very good deal.
Yeah. So I bought it all and started playing it, and I loved every minute of it. And I just played the heck out of it. But that was because I saw other people playing it. Like, maybe I missed out on something here. And went back and did it. Now that I've played it all the way through with all the cheats and everything.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I'm kind of in the direct opposite. Like I started playing the Fallout series with like 3, New Vegas, 4. I haven't touched the originals, and they're like the classics for like CRPGs, and it's just like looking at them like, okay, that's on the list of games I need to play because I know, like, I've heard a couple of things about the game, and it's just like I really want to give that a proper go, just to see how it is, because
it's very different.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the storylines are the same, but the game, the way you play it is very different. It's it's a overhead turn-based and a little janky sometimes, but you got to remember when it came out. What
game wasn't janky around then?
Yeah, and you got to remember when it came out, and if you can keep from shooting the children, you'll be in pretty good shape.
As long as you don't shoot the kids, you're doing great in Fallout.
I don't want to spoil anything for you, but there is a section where you're going up against a family of people, and that you have a couple of people with you in your party.
Mm-hmm.
The control of them is not great. So while we're trying to take care of the heavily armed people, their children start throwing rocks at us.
Mm-hmm.
So my guys who are armed with very large weapons, instead of shooting the guys with the guns, they go after the rock throwers.
Oh God!
Yeah, yeah. And I didn't. And the overseas version does not have the ability to do that. The U.S. version does.
God.
So I'm like, stop shooting the kids.
All right, fine. I'm doing this myself. You guys sit here. I can't trust you.
They've got a gun. They've got rocks.
just put your helmet on. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just stop.
There's just one little tip when you get to that part of the game. Try not to shoot the kids. That's something that we put on. That's one thing you're not going to see on Stardew Valley, for example.
Exactly.
So, why did you get started in the first place? What brought you to it?
So that's a very good question. I was always on and off thinking about doing it for years. Like I started October 2022, I believe.
Yeah, so it's
probably around. And it just kept on. Like my friends are like, "Hey, it'd be fun if, like, I think you'd be a good streamer, all that kind of stuff." I'm like, "Okay, And then 2020 happened, and there was a lot of lost time, and I realized, like, we have to keep going. Like I can't sit back and wait anymore. Like I spent a lot of time huddled up, hiding away from things and whatnot, and I just realized, like, you know what? I have to give it a go, because who knows what's going to happen next.
Right.
And I did a little test stream of a indie shooter called Cultic.
Okay.
Fantastic. I loved it.
Okay.
I think he's coming out with a second episode sooner or later. It's kind of like an early access deal. And then I realized, no, this is great. And what really kind of cemented streaming for me was actually my first playthrough, which was kind of a revisit of a game I hadn't played in years. It was Dark Souls 2, Scholars of the First Sin.
Oh, that's a minor game to start to jump into.
Yeah. Yeah, minor game. Yeah. Minor game. Like, I love the Dark Souls series.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I hated 2. I played it back when it came out back in high school. Maybe I gave it a little bit of a try after I was finished at high school, but I hadn't touched it. I never touched it. And then Elden Ring came out around, like, I think it was 2021, 2022. I don't remember. And it was led by the guy who directed Dark Souls 2. A lot of the small minor mechanics of Dark Souls 2 was in Elden Ring, and even some of the story beats were in there. And I'm just like, okay, so why did I really like this one, but I didn't like Dark Souls 2? So there was like a genuine curiosity of just like, I have to figure out what's going on. My friends have always told me, you should give it another go because I think you'd have a good time. I'm like, you know what? Let's actually do it.
Yeah.
Let's give it a go.
Yeah.
And I played through it. And, I did a kind of a different build than I usually do. Like I kind of like when playing fantasy games, I usually do like the sword and shield, holy lights, paladin builds.
Right.
let's be evil. Let's use dark magic. Let's kill people.
Yes.
It's just like, this is great.
Yes.
And I had a blast playing through a game and through it again, realizing that there were so many small little details that added so much to the game, different builds, all this stuff. And I was just like, I sat there and I realized, oh, this game was actually probably peak. Like, this is probably my favorite game of the series now. And then I just decided, after a little bit of break, played through the DLCs for Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
And then I went through the entire series. I played Dark Souls 2. I played it in the weirdest order ever. I played it Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
Then I played Demon Souls, which was on the PS3. And it was kind of the start of the Souls-like genre.
Okay.
Then I played through 1, and then I played through 3. And I played it in the most awkward order ever, and I loved it. And I just realized as more and more I played it was just like, I kind of cut some of these games a little bit too short, especially Demon Souls, which was a very huge eye-opening experience because it got so much right off the bat. Like, there were some things where it's just like, yeah, you have inventory encumbrance. You'll have to drop items. Yeah. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
I want all my loot.
Yeah, that's always something that bothers me. It's like, no, I want to carry this stuff. I don't want to leave it.
Yeah, it's just like I had to deal with my character's general encumbrance of wearing too much heavy armor. He just fat rolls where he's just like he can't dodge as many attacks.
Yes.
And then I have to carry, if I carry too much stuff just generally in my inventory, I have to drop stuff, and I'm just like, this doesn't make sense to me. What is this?
Yeah. It's like Diablo. Yeah, you get something that'd be really great to sell in Diablo, but you don't want to drop all your healing potions to carry it around.
Oh god, yeah.
Like, no, I need those. I'm very bad at this game.
I need the potions that I'll probably never use.
Yes. Oh, believe me. In Diablo and Diablo 2, I used every single potion.
Oh god, no! I remember playing Diablo 2 with a bunch of friends, and I remember I picked Paladin, but I screwed up my build. Oh. Really badly, and I was just getting slaughtered.
Oh, that's the tough thing. It is, I tried getting through that with all the different characters available, and I couldn't get anywhere with the Necromancer.
Necromancer, I remember, was a very interesting class.
Yeah, because after a while, your skeletons are just going to fall over. When you take out something, they delay you just enough to die. and even with the cheats, it really didn't help out anything. And then I couldn't kill Diablo with the archer.
Oh god, yeah, no. Diablo was just like when we played it. I think we played the remastered edition that came out a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
and I remember he did not like me at all. Like all my other friends, a barbarian hacking at his ankles with 2 axes, druid throwing fire bolts. But it's just like that one guy who can't do shit. I'm gonna beat his ass.
That's right.
Please stop.
Chase you around. And no, I'm not. I'm really.
Exactly. I just had to run away and just hope to God that the rest could kill him. Like, please just drop me a cool sword. That's all I want.
Yeah, that was it. And you get one of those swords that has something decent on it, but it's weak against the one thing you need it for. Like,
God, exactly.
Okay, I'll sell it.
It's like, I'll sell it. I don't want to. It's just like, yes, but then you sold the blade, but it was actually really good in Act 3, and you have accidentally screwed yourself over.
That's
exactly. Oh,
yep, that's right. That's right.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and what other game except the Diablo series where a guy's peg leg can be used as a weapon?
That's awesome.
Wirt's leg.
God.
And then you can even put gems in it to make it better.
Don't worry, I may have taken your leg, but it'll look so great when I return it to you, buddy.
Yeah, I can smash skeletons with it.
Smash skeletons and shoots lightning and fire, and also it heals you when you hit somebody with it. Don't worry, buddy. I'll return it, and it'll be something of legend.
Yeah. No wonder you really like this leg. It was pretty good.
I think I might keep it.
I'm going to keep it for myself. So
Yeah.
the so you said horror games you really liked. Um,
Yes.
so kudos to you because I can't deal with them. Um, would you rather play the games that have the quick jump scares often, or the ones that are playing the long con?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one because I have two games that really come to mind three games that come to mind
Mm-hmm.
when I think about the horror games I've played. Amnesia the Bunker,
Mm-hmm.
um, World War One Bunker, and there's an indestructible monster that's after you.
Oh my gosh.
Great, wonderful.
Mm.
That was actually really good because it is like the monster's always around, and you can hear him like crawling through like the dirt and walls and the holes,
Oh.
and you can just hear him like hunting you down as you make noise,
Oh.
and you can't kill it. You can't kill it at all. Like you have like it's weird. I think you had like a Webley revolver, and you just blast at it. It used to like. I don't want to give any spoilers, but it would cause it to run away for some reason.
Yeah.
That you might have to find out yourself.
Mm.
But that's all you could do. The thing was indestructible, and bullets were like you'd find like you would only find like one or two. Like sometimes, like I remember, like I opened somebody's old locker when I found a code and had 3 bullets. I'm like, my goodness, a king's bounty! I'm indestructible now.
Yes. Well, I mean, anything to do with World War One, it's just.
Oh yeah. No, there's a. I remember playing another World War One horror game. I don't remember the name of it, and it just had a weird vibe to it.
Mm.
I respect it. I think I appreciate it for what it was trying to do, but I just didn't vibe with it.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to have like a more supernatural horror kind of vibe that comes out eventually, but it's like no, it's just like we've just actually portrayed the German army as as genuine monsters. I'm like, man, like as a history buff and like what I've learned, it's just like that war was so very complicated. It just kind of didn't vibe with me.
Yeah, it was very complicated and very costly.
Very costly. It was just a horrible thing. But
yeah.
Back to the horror games,
yeah.
not the horrors of reality.
Yeah.
The other one comes Silent Hill 2.
Oh.
And I love the Silent Hill series because all the monsters are not just like spooky mutants and the Pyramid Head. Like everything, well, Pyramid Head is where he debuted in the series.
Mm.
And it is so very interesting to see the monsters and finding out like all the kind of different reasons why they are appearing as they are.
Mm-hmm.
Like just a general quick like rundown. James goes to Silent Hill because he received a letter from his sickly wife. This is like later in the first 5 minutes of the game. I'm not spoiling anything.
Right.
But you do go into a hospital and you find one of the monsters. It's like this kind of fucked up. Sorry, I probably shouldn't be swearing.
No, that's fine. We're 18 plus. Don't worry about
it. Okay. We're adults. But this messed up nurse lady. And as one of the monsters, and she's like gasping for air. She's got like these bandages all over her head. She's swinging, and just like you kind of look at it. I'm like, okay, so why did they do this? And I kind of like go through the wiki just out of curiosity. At the end of the game, it's just like, yeah, no, this is actually probably representation of like you know, the anger and frustration that James felt every time he had to go visit the hospital.
Yeah.
The wheezing is kind of like maybe could be a reference, like alludes to what kind of disease his wife was like, suffering from.
Right.
And then I kind of kept on going through the rest of the series. Like there was like it is an entity of Silent Hill, but it's not necessarily evil.
Right.
It was like this little ghost child that would follow you around. And if you tried to make direct contact with it, it would run away. And then you'd find out that the target of Silent Hill 1 is a child who was harassed because her mom was the leader of the cult. And she was like, oh, she's an evil witch, get her.
Yeah.
And it would basically be like a representation of like how she would desperately want attention, love, and affection, but at the same time would be desperately scared when she would receive it. And I'm just simply sitting here, I'm reading, like I'm putting 2 and 2 together. Like I'm getting misty eyed. I'm like, man, this actually is bumming me out.
I feel bad now.
Yeah, it's just like I like. Excuse me, I need to go get a hug from my mom.
That's
Like,
right.
uh,
Not
but
not not what you expect out of a horror game.
yeah, exactly. And then Darkwood, which is another great game. Not great for its enemy variety, but it's just had this spooky vibe and kind of just builds up and builds up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of like it just like I would say 100%. It is like this only indie game devs like game.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a go if you like horror,
Mm-hmm.
or if you don't. I'm not meaning to talk to the viewers because you said you weren't interested in it, but definitely give it a go. As I think it is probably peak when it comes to indie horror games. It's so good. You're kind of like in like a Eastern European countryside, and it's being taken over by like this growing tree, this tree entity, and there's like these weird things called the sleepers, and people are turning into mutants and all this kind of stuff. And it's a top-down horror game, and it's actually so well done.
Oh, top down, huh? Okay. That's a little
It has like
different
a kind of like a radius that you can see, so you can only see like at a 90-degree angle from where you're staring at. So you could hear a monster, then you have to do like a quick spin around just for trying to figure out where it is.
Oh, it makes my skin crawl just thinking about it.
Yeah, and then you'd have to like hide in your base, and you'd have to hide and wait for it to like, because in the night you'll die instantly because there's ghosts and all that.
Oh my god!
And then your like lights would start to flicker. You start hearing a knocking at the door. Some start smashing through the windows, the barricades that you set up, and you hear like a snap of a bear trap you set right in front of it, and you kind of have to like, do I want to stay in my little hidey hole, or do I investigate, or what do I do?
That's
pardon. Oh, go ahead.
No, that's nightmare fuel for me.
For me, that's a good Saturday night.
But that sounds like, I got to ask you this because you enjoy these so much. Would you rather have a good indie horror game or one made by the big guys?
Oh, I want to say indie because I want to say that like, well, AAA devs, I mean, with how the gaming industry is, like, even if they make like a small country's GDP worth in the first week, they'll be like, oh yes, time to slash the costs of
yes,
time to slash costs and jobs. And it's just like, oh, that sucks. An indie game dev, it's just like they're a lot more bolder. They're a lot more willing to have a set creative vision that they follow. It's not really designed by committee. It's like small team that have an exact vision, because I don't necessarily think Darkwood would happen if it was like a larger team. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about indies. And actually, kind of getting back to the whole streaming thing, it's kind of one of the reasons why I enjoy watching smaller VTuber streamers. They bring themselves, they bring what they want to represent themselves.
Right. Yeah. And I think
in the best way possible.
I think with what's been happening recently with the stuff in Japan and people becoming independent, people are kind of getting the idea that maybe the big corporation thing isn't exactly for me, and it. Now, granted, these folks who are coming off the corporations have a built-in audience pretty much when they start as back then as an independent. But still, they seem to be enjoying themselves quite a bit, being able to spread their wings a little bit more than having somebody standing over you like a hawk, making sure you don't mispronounce your name and that sort of thing. It's to me, I've seen people coming into this and they get a chance more to, especially independent folks, get a chance to be more themselves than they would in real life. They get to show that little bit of extra that they wouldn't, necessarily show a coworker. And was that something that's happened for you, or are you this type of person outside of the video stream?
Well, for me, it's just like when it comes to like my day-to-day life, like when I'm with family friends, this is me. Maybe I'm a little bit more larger than life, but like when it comes to work, I'm just like, yes, sir, I'll get the job done. Yes, sir, don't worry about that. Like I'm very much a people pleaser. I will get the job done, but I
Yeah,
will also just be like quiet. You know,
yeah,
I'm not going to be talking, not going to be showing this kind of side of me all that often.
yeah.
I'm a lot more cordial, a lot more quiet, focused on the job. Here, it's kind of just like letting your hair down a bit. You get to just expend that extra energy you wanted to spend
Mm,
during the work week.
right, right.
Uh, and that's kind of how I view it for me, at least.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
people, I know that some people, some VTubers that I've talked to in the past and, watch their streams, a lot of them say like, hey, I get to finally represent myself or be myself on these streams. And there's a lot of them who are LGBT, and I find that to be one of the most beautiful things
Mm.
about, streaming.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
People may not have that opportunity to truly be themselves in their day-to-day life, but here they get to be them.
Oh, yeah,
And that's wonderful.
yeah. It's a chance to do that, and hopefully in a group that is accepting. I think
Exactly.
I really do think after talking with so many folks and watching so many streams that 95+% are pretty accepting here.
Hmm.
Because a lot of it is their situation too. The the people who are watching and contributing and listening, um, and that is excellent. You get to come on here, and I kind of say this is the difference between going to college and having your senior year in high school. You're still the same person at age 19 as you were at age 18, but you get to start all over, and
Hmm.
and you set your own standards, and you kind of shape your world a little bit before you step into it. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
no one has any preconceived notions of you coming in. Um, and I think this helps a lot of people get out of their shell a little bit, um, and that's good. And we get to see so many. We get to hear a lot of people's talents too, that we normally wouldn't. In whether it's just entertaining folks or people who are great singers, people who are great artists, um, with thousands of people we wouldn't have known at this point are now.
Exactly.
Yeah, and being a completely untalented old man myself, I feed off that energy to stay alive.
Exactly. As an untalented young man.
I,
Yeah,
I
no, that's another thing. It's just like people are sharing their artworks, and I think the one thing that's actually really crazy is like when you see somebody, it's just like, hey, I've drawn and animated and rigged my own VTuber, like,
oh yeah,
or I'm doing my own art right here and right now, and I think, like, actually, funnily enough, like, and meeting a lot of these people and like collabing with them, I think somebody that you interviewed like maybe a month ago, Spring Kitten, like I actually had a
mm,
collab with them, and
yep.
I'm popping into their streams just to watch, and they're an absolutely talented individual when it comes to like art and hanging out, like just being a people person on stream, and it's absolutely fantastic to see them.
It does. It absolutely floors me. Some of these folks that and nobody has to be super you know Leonardo da Vinci when it comes to this stuff, but if the talents that they've shown homegrown on their own and that they're interested in, and they've got now enough courage to show other people that they can do it, because it's two different things. Being able to do it and showing other people is having enough confidence to do that, is tremendous for everybody, and I hope it keeps up. Like
Yeah, exactly.
I know that sooner or later you're going to be doing the opera singing here pretty soon, and I think that people you you don't remember saying that? I heard you say that before. Um,
Geez, I'll have to watch the interview.
well, I'll just edit it in if it's not there. Um, the that sort of thing is just is amazing, and whether your talent is, you find out your talent is just talking to people, whether you find your talent is in entertaining people while playing a video game. I mean
Hmm.
that's something in itself. and I'm really glad that people are getting this opportunity. It's
I mean, like, oh no, you should. Sorry, continue on.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's just like, for me, it's just like, just actually having the courage to stream, to try something.
Yeah.
Even when I'm not 100% comfortable with it. I mean, like, when I first started, it was kind of like a lot of the reasons why I did not stream for such a long time was like this wanting of the Goldilocks zone. Just like, find the perfect day, find the perfect level of energy, get everything right, to make it just right, and then I'll start streaming.
Yeah.
And I kind of realized, like, hey, the Goldilocks zone is a bit of a pipe dream, to be quite honest, because there's always going to be some reason to not.
Yeah, you're more looking for a reason not to than to actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it goes backwards on you, and if you do it once, if you happen to find that, silver lining, and all your bio things are at the right spot, and you hit, and you do have it the first time, when are you going to do it again? Because the second time, next time might be 2 years from now.
Like, after the first time, you're going to notice all the small minor things that you didn't catch, and then next thing you know, you're not going to do it again.
Yeah. Are you further along than you thought you'd be at this point?
Honestly, I looked at it, like, when I first started streaming, I thought maybe I'd have my friends, my IRL friends pop in, and that'd be that. I thought I would only get like maybe, I thought it'd only be like 30, 40 followers for me to be sitting at like at the triple digits, at like 159 right now.
Yeah.
I sat there, I kind of sit there, and I was just like, I didn't expect to be that at this point. Like that's the truth. It's just like, I didn't expect people would be interested in anything I'd say or do or play, and now I'm here, and it's just like, wow, we're doing it.
Yeah. So when you realize that, is it kind of a justified moment, or is it a fulfilling moment? What's it like to you?
For me, it's just more on the rounds. It's kind of like that it's a realization that I was really tough on myself. I've made a lot of preconceived notions about a lot of things, and it prevented me from actually developing, growing, and doing all this. And it's just kind of like, in a weird way, it does remind me a lot that there was a lot of growing up I had to do, especially when I was playing some games and I never gave them the time of day, never was interested in them. And then now I'm playing them on stream, having a blast. And it's just like, I had a lot of growing up to do way back then. And it's kind of like realizing that I have done that growing up, and I've done that maturing, even though I act like a complete goober on stream. But just sitting at the 150 mark, it's just like, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely happy that I did that. And, I've had some, tumultuous times, and just having this here, realizing like, hey, you're okay. You're doing good.
Yeah.
That's what really puts a smile on my face.
Yeah. Well, it definitely put a smile on my face talking with you here in this interview. And I'm glad to meet you here, and I'm glad that you are enjoying yourself and continuing to shine out there for the folks on the web and for yourself. And that's the biggest thing, is as long as you're enjoying yourself. I'm going to have all of the links for OddmanJon in the description for this interview. And please check out, see what John's got going on, and support them in what they're doing. Thank you so much, John, for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Absolute pleasure, and we'll get you on again later this year and check up on you. And
yeah,
and when you go from 150 to 150,000, we'll check in on you.
Hey, maybe, who knows? The future's weird.
Yeah, the future is probably weirder than the past, and that'll tell you something.
Yeah. Truth is stranger than fiction, as the saying goes, I guess.
Yes. If anybody looked at my resume, they'd figure that out in a hurry. Thank you so much, John. We'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and thank you, everybody, for listening to the very end. I really do appreciate it. I hope I wasn't yapping too much.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.